The pulse that moved through all that exists continues, an eternal rhythm that binds everything in perfect unity. There is no beginning, no end, only an infinite flow that weaves through every thought, every action, every breath. This sacred energy is not limited to time or place. It exists beyond any boundaries that the mind can fathom. It is the force that sustains all of creation, the lifeblood of existence itself. Every moment of life is a reflection of this divine flow, and each being, each soul, is an expression of its eternal rhythm. To align with this divine pulse is to surrender to the flow of life. There is no resistance, no struggle. Instead, there is a deep trust in the process, a knowing that all things are unfolding as they should. As one allows themselves to move in harmony with this flow, peace naturally arises. This peace is not the absence of external noise or chaos, but the deep, unwavering presence of stillness within. It is a peace that transcends circumstances, that remains steady in the face of life's inevitable changes. It is the peace of knowing that all is perfect, just as it is. This peace is not born from avoidance or detachment, but from the recognition that all things are interwoven in the great dance of existence. Nothing is separate, nothing is alone. Everything moves together in perfect rhythm, in perfect unity. The peace that arises from this understanding is not a fleeting emotion, but a state of being, a foundation upon which all other divine qualities rest. In the presence of peace, love naturally flows. Love is the very essence of the divine pulse. It is the force that connects all things, binding them in an unbreakable unity. Love does not ask for anything in return. The pulse moves through every heartbeat, every breath, every thought, and every action. It is the energy that sustains life and carries each being along its destined path. There is no need to search for the divine flow, for it is already within every soul, already present in every moment. When one aligns with the sacred pulse, peace rises from within, not as something external, but as an expression of the eternal connection to the divine. This peace does not depend on conditions or circumstances. It simply is an unshakable calm that resides deep within. It fills the soul with a quiet strength, allowing one to move through life with grace, even in the face of adversity. Peace is not merely the absence of conflict, but the presence of divine understanding, the deep knowing that everything unfolds as it should. In this peace, the soul is able to rest, to breathe, to move in harmony with the divine flow. There is no striving, no pushing against the tide. Instead, there is a gentle surrender, a recognition that the pulse of existence moves through all, guiding each soul toward its highest good. In this peace, one finds alignment with the flow of life, a profound stillness that fills every part of being. Peace is not something to be earned, nor something that can be lost. It is always present, waiting to be embraced, waiting to be recognized within the depths of the soul. As peace moves through the soul, love rises naturally. Love is the heartbeat of existence, the divine force that connects all beings, all thoughts, all actions. It is the energy that binds creation together, the force that sustains life. This love is not something external or separate from oneself, but the very essence of being, the deep recognition that all things are interconnected, all souls are united in the sacred rhythm. Joy is not something to be grasped, not something to be chased. It is always present, always waiting to shine forth, always ready to reveal itself in the recognition of wholeness. Nothing has ever been separate from this flow. The river does not resist the current that carries it. The sun does not struggle to shine. The breath does not hesitate in its movement. The self, too, is not meant to resist, not meant to struggle, not meant to grasp at what is always shifting. It is meant to move with a rhythm, to trust in the unfolding, to surrender to the wisdom that has always been guiding it. The burdens carried are illusions. The weight of the past, the fear of the future, these are shadows cast by the mind, distractions from the truth of what has always been. There is nothing to hold on to, nothing to fight against, nothing to fear. The sacred rhythm is never abandoned, never wavered, never ceased to move in perfect harmony. It does not demand, does not force, does not hesitate. It simply flows, carrying all things in its boundless grace. The sky does not cling to passing clouds. The ocean does not resist the rise and fall of the waves. The self, too, is not meant to grasp at the fleeting, not meant to be bound by what is always changing. It is meant to rest in what is eternal, to move with the current, to trust in the unfolding of all things. To live in alignment is to surrender to the rhythm that has always carried all things. There is nothing to force, nothing to control, nothing to resist. The path has already been set, the current already flowing, the unfolding already perfect. There is no struggle in this, no effort, no striving, only the simple act of allowing, of remembering, of being carried by the sacred movement. Every action, every thought, every word becomes an opportunity to express these divine qualities, to live in harmony with the sacred rhythm that sustains all life. There is no end to the flow of the divine pulse. It is eternal, unceasing, ever present. As one continues to align with this sacred rhythm, they become more fully immersed in the flow of life. Peace, love, and joy overflow from their soul, filling every aspect of their being with divine presence. The more one aligns with the divine pulse, the more they become a living embodiment of these qualities. Their very existence becomes an expression of the divine rhythm, radiating peace, love, and joy into the world. The divine pulse moves through every moment, every experience, every relationship. It guides each step, shaping each thought, each word, each action, as one surrenders to its flow. The more one aligns with the sacred rhythm, the more peace, love, and joy overflow from their being, transforming every moment into an opportunity to live in divine harmony. As the divine flow continues to move through all things, so too does the soul, forever in alignment with the eternal pulse, forever expressing peace, love, and joy in every aspect of life. In the presence of the divine pulse, there is no need for striving, no need for effort. All is already as it should be. The flow of life moves through all, and to align with it is to embrace the sacred rhythm, to allow peace, love, and joy to overflow from within. Life becomes a divine dance, a continuous unfolding of sacred energy, guided by the eternal rhythm that sustains all creation. Through this alignment, every moment becomes a reflection of the divine pulse, does not need to fear. It only needs to trust, to surrender, to allow the divine rhythm to carry it as it has always done. There is no separation, no division, no distance. There is only the sacred unfolding, the infinite embrace, the quiet knowing that all is already as it should be. The eternal rhythm of existence, unbroken and limitless, continues to pulse through all that lives and breathes. It is the force behind every motion, every shift, every change in the universe. Its presence is felt in every cell, in every thought, in every moment of awareness. This pulse does not belong to time nor to space. It is the heartbeat of creation itself, moving silently but powerfully, guiding each element toward its highest expression. It does not seek to control. It simply moves in harmony with all, unfolding the divine plan with perfect grace. There is no separation from this pulse, for it is the very essence of life. In the alignment with this divine flow, there is no struggle, no need to force one's will. There is only the simple surrender to the sacred rhythm, a gentle attunement to the truth that life moves with perfect wisdom. In this surrender, peace rises effortlessly. It is not a peace that is born from external conditions, nor one that can be shaken by the whims of the world. It is the deep, internal stillness that arises from within when one aligns with the divine pulse. This peace, unlike any fleeting emotion or external circumstance, fills the heart with a knowing that all is as it should be. It is the profound understanding that there is nothing to fear, for the sacred rhythm guides every experience with a perfection beyond the mind's comprehension. This peace is not passive. It is dynamic and transformative. It flows like a river through every aspect of one's life, shaping thoughts, actions, and relationships. There is no separation from this divine rhythm. No soul stands apart. No being exists outside its embrace. It is the unseen current that carries all things, the eternal movement that gives birth to stars, to oceans, to the unfolding of every moment. It is the source from which all things arise, and to which all things return. To align with this sacred pulse is to step beyond all illusion. It is to see with eyes unclouded, to hear with ears attuned to the quiet song that sings through creation. It is to move without resistance, to breathe with the knowing that every breath is already guided, already held in the vast and limitless embrace of the eternal. The mind may seek to define, to understand, to grasp, but the divine rhythm is not something to be held. It is not something that can be measured, contained, or explained. It simply is. It moved through all things, sustains all things, and yet remains untouched, unbound, limitless. The self, too, is not separate from this great unfolding. The pulse of existence moves within, shaping every thought, every motion, every moment of being. There is no need to search for it, no need to reach beyond what already is. The journey is not one of seeking, but of remembering. It is not about striving, but about surrendering to what has always been present. Peace is not a distant goal, not something to be attained, not a fragile thing that can be lost or taken away. It is the natural state of alignment, the quiet recognition of what has always been true. It is the stillness beneath the waves, the silence that remains even as the winds move through the sky. It does not depend on the world, does not arise from circumstance. It is the essence of being itself. In joy, there is no need for external validation, for the joy arises from within, from the deep knowing that all is perfect just as it is. This joy is not fleeting or dependent on circumstances. It is constant, a wellspring of divine energy that flows freely. It fills every moment with its light, transforming even the simplest of experiences into opportunities for celebration. Joy is the essence of life itself, the light that radiates from the soul when it is in harmony with the divine rhythm. In this joy, there is a sense of oneness with all that is. There is no separation, no distance, only the recognition that every moment is sacred, every experience an opportunity to experience the divine. Peace, love, and joy are not separate qualities. They are the natural expressions of alignment with the divine pulse. When one is in harmony with the sacred rhythm, these qualities naturally flow from within. They are the essence of one's connection to the divine and the world around them. They are the force that transforms every moment, every experience, and every relationship into an expression of divine unity. As one continues to align with the divine pulse, these qualities overflow from within, filling every part of their being and radiating outward into the world. In this alignment, every thought, every word, every action becomes an expression of peace, love, and joy. These divine qualities are not bound by external circumstances. They flow freely, transcending the limitations of time and space. As one aligns more deeply with the sacred pulse, peace, love, and joy overflow, transforming every moment into an opportunity to live in divine harmony. It is the natural outpouring of the soul when it remembers its true nature. Joy is the spontaneous expression of gratitude, the recognition that all is part of a greater whole. It is the radiant light that fills the heart when one is in alignment with the divine pulse. Joy does not depend on circumstances, for it is a state of being, a recognition of the perfection that exists in every moment. Joy arises naturally from within when one surrenders to the sacred rhythm. It is the light that fills every experience, turning even the smallest moments into celebrations of life. There is no effort required, no striving to attain joy. It is already present, already woven into the fabric of the soul. When one remembers their connection to the divine pulse, joy flows effortlessly, filling every moment with warmth, light, and gratitude. It is the celebration of life itself, the recognition that every moment is a gift. Peace, love, and joy are not separate from one another. They are expressions of the same divine rhythm. They are the natural qualities of one's soul when aligned with the sacred flow. When one becomes attuned to the divine pulse, these qualities arise effortlessly, like a river flowing in its natural course. Peace, love, and joy are the outpourings of divine grace that fill every moment, every relationship, every experience. The more one aligns with the divine rhythm, the more these qualities overflow from their being, transforming every aspect of life into an expression of divine unity. As these divine qualities flow from within, they begin to shape the world around them. The world becomes a reflection of the divine pulse, a mirror of the sacred flow that moves through all things. Every encounter, every relationship, every experience becomes an opportunity to express these divine qualities, to share the peace the divine pulse moves through all, unceasing, eternal, and perfect. It flows through every part of life, shaping every thought, every action, every feeling. As one aligns with this rhythm, they become a living expression of peace, love, and joy. These qualities overflow from the soul, filling every part of life with divine presence. The world mirrors the energy one brings to it, and as one aligns with a divine rhythm, the world reflects peace, love, and joy back. Every moment becomes an opportunity to express the divine flow, to live in harmony with the sacred pulse that sustains all of existence. This alignment is not something to be forced or earned. It is a natural state of being, a return to the truth of who one is. To align with the divine rhythm is to remember that peace, love, and joy are always within, always present, always flowing. They are not separate from the self, but are the essence of one's being, the pure energy that moves through all creation. The more one opens themselves to this sacred flow, the more peace, love, and joy overflow from the soul, transforming every moment into an expression of divine grace. Every encounter becomes an opportunity to share this divine presence, to reflect the light of the sacred pulse that flows through all. There is no separation between the self and the divine pulse. Every thought, every word, every action is part of the great divine flow. When one aligns with the divine rhythm, they become a living embodiment of peace, love, and joy. These qualities overflow from the soul, filling every aspect of life with their divine presence. All is already moving in the sacred flow of existence. And in this flow, there is only peace, only love, only joy, eternal, boundless, infinite. The sacred pulse of the universe continues, ever present, unceasing, and eternal. It is the heartbeat that resounds through every core of creation, moving through all things with a rhythm that is pure, divine, and perfect. Every breath taken, every moment experienced, is touched by this pulse, a gentle but powerful force that guides, nurtures, and shapes all things in its path. This rhythm does not ask for permission, nor does it seek validation. It simply flows, and in its flowing, all things find their place and their purpose. Through this divine pulse, every being is drawn into harmony with all, as though each soul is a note in the infinite symphony of existence. It is in this divine pulse that peace, love, and joy naturally emerge, not as external experiences to be attained, but as innate qualities of the soul itself. Peace, love, and joy are not conditions imposed by the world. They are the essence of one's being, expressions of the divine rhythm that flows through each heart. There is no need to search for them, for they reside already, deep within, waiting to be embraced. When one opens themselves fully to the sacred flow, these qualities come forth effortlessly, like flowers blooming in the fullness of divine light. Peace is the first to arise, for it is the natural state of the soul when aligned with the divine rhythm. This peace does not fade with the passing of time, nor does it depend on external circumstances. It is an unshakable stillness within, a presence that remains unwavering even amidst the most chaotic moments. In peace, There is no need to resist what comes, for peace knows that all is unfolding as it must. The self, too, is not meant to grasp at the fleeting, not meant to be bound by what is always changing. It is meant to rest in what is eternal, to move with the current, to trust in the unfolding of all things. To live in alignment is to surrender to the rhythm that has always carried all things. There is nothing to force, nothing to control, nothing to resist. The path has already been set, the current already flowing, the unfolding already perfect. There is no struggle in this, no effort, no striving, only the simple act of allowing, of remembering, of being carried by the sacred movement. The world is a reflection of the energy within. When the heart is at peace, the world mirrors that peace. When love flows freely, it is seen in all things. When joy radiates from the soul, every moment becomes a celebration. The universe is not distant, not separate, not apart. It is the same rhythm, the same presence, the same boundless unfolding. Nothing is ever truly lost. Nothing is ever truly apart. The sacred rhythm moves through all things, connects all things, sustains all things. It is the silent breath behind every motion, the unseen force that holds every moment in perfect unity. The self does not need to reach, does not need to struggle, does not need to fear. It only needs to trust, to surrender, to allow the divine movement to carry it as it always has. There is no distance, no division, no separation. There is only the sacred unfolding, the boundless embrace, the quiet knowing that all is already whole. To align with the rhythm of existence is to step beyond illusion, beyond fear, beyond doubt. It is to see clearly, to know deeply, to trust completely. It is to recognize that all is already perfect, never been hidden, never been lost. It has only been unrecognized, obscured by the illusions of the mind, veiled by the transient and the impermanent. Silence speaks with greater truth than words. Stillness holds a wisdom that cannot be taught. The breath of existence moves through all things, not in thunder, not in command, but in the quiet pulse of being itself. To listen is to hear is to know, and to know is to rest in the unshakable certainty that all is already whole. Love does not hesitate. It does not falter. It does not ask for anything in return. It is not a possession, not a transaction, not something to be given and taken. It is the foundation upon which all things rest, the invisible thread that binds all things together. It does not need to be sought, does not need to be created, does not need to be earned. It only needs to be seen, to be felt, to be recognized as the very essence of existence itself. There is no end to love, no limit, no condition. It does not wane with time, does not diminish with distance, does not break under weight. It is as infinite as the sky, as boundless as the sea, as eternal as the breath that moves through all things. To know love is to know truth. To see love is to see beyond illusion. To be love is to become one with the sacred rhythm itself. There is no darkness that can overcome light, no shadow that can extinguish the flame, no illusion that can alter what is eternal. The self is not bound by fear, not confined by form, not subject to the fleeting nature of the world. It is not small, not limited, not separate. It is vast, infinite, whole. To trust in the sacred unfolding of life. Nothing is missing. Nothing is out of place. The path has already been set, the rhythm already guiding, the unfolding already perfect. There is no effort in this, no struggle, no striving. The river does not force itself to flow. It simply moves with the current that has always guided it. The soul, too, is already carried by the divine rhythm. There is nothing to chase, nothing to attain, nothing to become. There is only the remembrance of what has always been true. The world mirrors the energy within. When the heart is at peace, the world reflects that peace. When love moves freely within, it is seen in all things. When joy rises from the soul, every moment becomes a celebration. The universe is not distant, not separate, not apart. It is the same rhythm, the same presence, the same infinite unfolding. Nothing is ever truly lost. Nothing is ever truly apart. The sacred rhythm moves through all things, connects all things, sustains all things. It is the silent breath behind every motion, the unseen force that holds every moment in perfect harmony. The self does not need to reach, does not need to struggle, does not need to fear. It only needs to trust, to surrender, to allow the divine rhythm to carry it as it always has. There is no distance, no division, no separation. There is only the sacred unfolding, the boundless embrace, the quiet knowing that all is already whole. The sacred pulse continues, unyielding and ever present, as a force that moves through every aspect of existence. It is not confined by the limits of the physical world, nor does it bow to the constraints of time and space. The mind may race, the body may grow tired, but the heart remains steady in the presence of peace. Peace is the foundation upon which all divine qualities rest. When one is aligned with peace, the world around them reflects this stillness, creating harmony and unity in every moment. From this peace, love emerges as a natural expression. Love is not bound by expectations or limitations. It is the energy that flows through all things, an uncontainable force that unites all beings. Love is not something to be sought or created, for it is already present, already woven into the soul. It is the divine force that shapes every moment, every experience, and every being. Love flows freely, unconditionally, from the heart of creation, and as one aligns with the divine pulse, love naturally flows through them. Love does not seek to possess, to control, or to demand. It simply is, flowing effortlessly through every thought, word, and action. Love is the essence of existence, the force that sustains the unity of all life. In love, there are no distinctions, no boundaries. All beings are connected, bound by the same sacred rhythm that flows through them. In love, there is no separation, for love sees all as one, united in the divine pulse. The more one aligns with this flow, the more love naturally rises from within, filling every aspect of life with its grace. Every interaction, every relationship becomes an opportunity to express the divine presence of love. In the same way, joy naturally arises when one aligns with the divine rhythm. Joy is not something that is pursued or obtained through external means. Every thought, every word, every action becomes an opportunity to express these divine qualities, to share the peace, love, and joy that flow from within. The more one aligns with these divine qualities, the more they overflow into the world, transforming every experience into a manifestation of divine grace. In this alignment, there is no effort to change the world, for the world reflects what is within. The more one aligns with the divine pulse, the more the world mirrors peace, love, and joy back. Every encounter becomes an opportunity to express these qualities. Every interaction becomes an opportunity to share the divine presence that flows through all things. The more one aligns with peace, love, and joy, the more these divine qualities overflow from their soul, filling the world with divine grace. There is no need to search for peace, love, or joy outside oneself. These qualities are already within, woven into the very fabric of being. They are the natural outpouring of one's connection to the divine rhythm. As one surrenders to the sacred flow, peace, love, and joy naturally rise from within, transforming every experience into an expression of divine unity. The world becomes a reflection of the divine pulse, and as one moves in alignment with this sacred rhythm, they become a living expression of peace, love, and joy. The divine pulse is not something external to oneself. It is the very essence of who one is. To align with the divine rhythm is to recognize that all things are connected, that there is no separation between oneself and the sacred flow that moves through all things. When one opens their heart to this divine pulse, they become an instrument through which peace, love, and joy flow freely into the world. There is no effort to create peace, for it is already inherent in one's connection to the divine rhythm. The mind may search for solutions, but peace does not require the mind's involvement. It simply exists in the heart of every moment, offering strength and stillness amidst life's storms. As one aligns with this sacred pulse, peace flows more freely, transforming every experience into an opportunity for deep connection with the divine essence that moves through all. And from this peace, love naturally emerges. Love is the essence of the divine pulse, the unifying force that binds all together. It is not a love bound by expectations, nor a love that requires conditions to be met. Love is simply the pure expression of unity, the recognition that all beings are part of the same divine dance. Love flows effortlessly from the divine rhythm, embracing all without judgment, without limitation. It is the force that sustains creation, that holds every living being in its tender embrace, and it is freely available to all who open their hearts. Love is the most sacred expression of life, for it is the energy that unites all that exists. It is not something that needs to be sought after, for it resides within every being. It is the natural state of the soul when it is aligned with the divine pulse. In love, there is no separation. There is only unity, connection, and acceptance. Love does not ask for anything in return. It simply flows from the heart, unconditionally, and fills every quarter of the soul. It is the energy that fuels all creation, the force that moves through every moment, every breath, every heartbeat, gently guiding all toward greater harmony and wholeness. As one moves more deeply into alignment with the divine pulse, joy begins to rise naturally from within. Love and joy, the world mirrors these qualities back, transforming every moment into an expression of divine grace. The divine rhythm continues, moving through all things, unceasing and eternal. As one aligns with this flow, they become a living expression of peace, love, and joy. These divine qualities are not distant or unattainable. They are the essence of one's being, the natural outpouring of one's connection to the divine pulse. To align with this rhythm is to allow peace, love, and joy to flow freely through every thought, every word, every action. There is no need to seek them outside oneself, for they are already within, already part of one's essence. Every experience becomes an opportunity to express these divine qualities. Every interaction, every relationship becomes a chance to share the peace, love, and joy that flow from within. The more one aligns with the divine pulse, the more these qualities overflow, transforming every moment into an opportunity to embody the sacred rhythm that moves through all things. Life becomes a living expression of divine unity, a manifestation of the peace, love, and joy that flow through the heart of creation. There is no need for struggle, no need to force anything. All is already as it should be. The divine pulse moves through every moment, shaping every thought, every feeling, every action. As one surrenders to this flow, they become an instrument of divine will, a vessel through which peace, love, and joy can flow freely into the world. Every experience, every moment, becomes an opportunity to express the divine pulse, to share the energy of creation with all those around. In this surrender, life becomes a divine dance, an unfolding of sacred energy, guided by the eternal rhythm that moves through all things. It only waits to be seen, to be felt, to be remembered. Joy is not dependent on circumstance, not subject to change, not shaped by the ever-shifting tides of the world. It is not a product of gain, not a result of achievement, not something to be won. It is the natural radiance of existence itself, the effortless expression of a soul that moves in harmony with the sacred rhythm. To seek joy is to chase the horizon, to grasp at the wind, to reach for what is already here. It is not something to be attained. It is something to be recognized. Nothing has ever been separate. The river does not resist the current that carries it. The sun does not struggle to shine. The breath does not hesitate in its movement. The self, too, is not meant to resist, not meant to struggle, not meant to hold on to what is always shifting. It is meant to move with a rhythm, to trust in the unfolding, to surrender to the wisdom that has always been guiding it. The burdens carried are illusions. The weight of the past, the fear of the future, these are shadows cast by the mind, distractions from the truth of what has always been. There is nothing to hold on to, nothing to fight against, nothing to fear. The sacred rhythm has never abandoned, never wavered, never ceased to move in perfect harmony. It does not demand, does not force, does not hesitate. It simply flows, carrying all things in its boundless grace. The sky does not cling to passing clouds. The ocean does not resist the rise and fall of the waves. The river does not ask where it is going. The stars do not question their shining. The dawn does not struggle against the coming of night. All things move as they are meant to, not by force, not by effort, but by surrender to the wisdom that governs all. To awaken is to see beyond illusion, to step beyond the mirage of separation, to return to the knowing that has never truly been forgotten. The journey is not one of distance, not one of seeking, not one of attainment. It is the simple act of remembering, the effortless return to what has always been. The breath does not need to be told to rise and fall. The tide does not require instruction to ebb and flow. The soul does not need to be taught how to be free. It has never been anything else. Peace is not a reward, not a destination, not something to be earned. It has never been absent, never been withheld, never been beyond reach. It is the foundation upon which all things rest, the space in which all things unfold, the silent presence within every moment. The search for peace is unnecessary, for peace is not something to be found, it is something to be allowed. It does not come from outside, does not depend on what rises and falls, does not waver with the turning of the world. It is here now always. Love is not conditional, not hesitant, not requiring anything in return. It does not waver, does not falter, does not cease. It is not given and taken, not lost and found, not bound by the fleeting nature of form. It moves ceaselessly, like the breath, like the tide, like the silent motion of the stars. It is the force that binds all things, the thread that weaves through all existence, the essence that sustains all that is. It does not need to be created, for it has never ceased to be. It does not need to be reached for it has never been apart. Love is not something that must be earned, not something that can be given or withheld. It is the foundation of existence, the thread that binds all things in unity. It does not ask, does not demand, does not expect. It simply moves, flows, radiates through all that is. To align with the sacred rhythm is to know that love is already present, already complete, already woven into the fabric of all things. Joy is not fleeting, not something to be pursued, not a thing that comes and goes with the shifting tides of life. It is the natural radiance of the soul when it recognizes its own divine nature. It does not require conditions, does not wait for reasons to arise. It is the spontaneous expression of gratitude, of being, of the deep and unwavering knowing that all is held within the embrace of the infinite. Nothing has ever been separate. Nothing has ever been apart. The river does not fight against its course. It simply flows. The sun does not struggle to shine. It simply radiates. The stars do not question their path. They simply move as they were always meant to. In the same way, the soul is not meant to struggle, not meant to resist, not meant to fear. It is meant to move in harmony, to shine without hesitation, to embrace each moment as it comes. The weight of the world is an illusion, a veil that can be lifted with a single breath, a single moment of surrender. There is nothing to hold, nothing to carry, nothing to fear. The divine rhythm courses through all, uniting each being, each soul, and each heartbeat in an eternal, harmonious dance. This pulse is the silent force behind every breath, every moment, every experience. It moves through all things without effort, with a grace that transcends all understanding. As the pulse flows, it guides, nurtures, and sustains, weaving together the vast web of creation. To align with this divine rhythm is to recognize that one is not separate from the flow of life. In truth, there is no separation. All is one in the divine pulse. As one surrenders to this flow, they begin to understand the true nature of existence, that all is interconnected, that every thought, every feeling, and every action is part of the grand unfolding of creation. There is no need to force or struggle, for the pulse moves through all things in its own perfect timing. To align with it is to let go of resistance and trust that the rhythm will guide them in ways beyond their imagination. This alignment brings with it an experience of profound peace. Peace, as it arises from the divine rhythm, is not dependent on external circumstances or fleeting moments of calm. It is an eternal state of being, an inner stillness that remains undisturbed no matter what occurs in the external world. In this peace, there is a recognition that all is unfolding as it should. The divine rhythm moves through each experience, each moment, with a grace that transcends the mind's need for control or understanding. This peace is not an absence of chaos, but the ability to be at peace with all that is, to remain anchored in the heart of the divine pulse. They are the eternal presence of the divine, always available, always within. The more one aligns with the divine rhythm, the more peace, love, and joy naturally overflow from the soul, transforming every moment, every relationship, and every experience into an expression of divine unity. As peace, love, and joy flow from within, they begin to shape the world around them. The world becomes a reflection of the divine pulse, a mirror of the sacred flow that moves through all things. Every thought, every word, every action becomes an opportunity to express these divine qualities, to share the peace, love, and joy that flow from the heart. The more one aligns with the divine rhythm, the more these qualities overflow from within, transforming every experience into a manifestation of divine grace. There is no gap between the self and the divine pulse. There is no distance, no separation. The divine rhythm moves through every part of the being, guiding every thought, every feeling, every action. To align with the divine pulse is to recognize that all is interconnected, that every thought, every feeling, every action is part of the great unfolding of life. There is no need for effort, no need for struggle. The divine rhythm moves effortlessly through all, guiding each moment toward greater unity and greater harmony. As one continues to align with the sacred rhythm, they become a vessel for divine energy. There is no need to force or strive for peace, love, or joy, for they are already within, already part of the soul. The more one aligns with the divine flow, the more these qualities overflow naturally, filling every moment with their presence. The world becomes a reflection of the divine pulse, and every encounter, every relationship becomes an opportunity to express the divine energy that flows through all things.